If you are a longtime Timmins citizen, you know that we pride ourselves on bringing the best young Canadian talent in all sports to the forefront. If you aren't a longtime Timmins citizen, we pride ourselves on bringing the best young Canadian talent to the forefront. While we've mentioned our next guest a couple of times in the previous incarnations of this show, we might be a little late to this party. Kitchener's Jamal Murray has blazed his own trail to the top of the amateur basketball world. While fellow Canadians like Andrew Wiggins, Corey Joseph, Tristan Thompson, and many others chose to attend prep schools in the U.S., Murray stayed at home at Kitchener's Grand River Collegiate and then Orangeville Prep. Playing north of the border didn't seem to hurt his exposure. Murray was named the MVP of the 2013 Jordan Brand Classic and this year's Nike Hoop Summit and the BioSteel All-Canadian Classic. Just last month, he committed to play at the NCAA's hottest basketball program, the University of Kentucky, where John Calipari has produced 19 first-round draft picks since 2010. Murray skipped the recent Under-19 World Championship to train with the senior men's team, who he will suit up for the upcoming Pan Am Games.
And Jamal Murray now joins us in studio here on Tim and Sid. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
I don't have a question, just congratulations. Like, I don't meet a lot of guys heading down to Kentucky. Your thoughts right now? It's a busy summer. Where's your head at right now?
Right now I'm just getting focused for Pan Am Games. I want to do good in that, so just getting focused mentally and physically.
It's interesting because you grew up in the Canadian system and you even played high school here, unlike a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Do you know, I mean, you're playing with grown blank men in these Pan Am Games. Do you know a lot of them? And is it intimidating at all to step in with, kind of these university and older guys?
I've played with, older guys my whole life. I've always been playing 1 or 2 years up, or it's bounce, or even coming up as a kid as YBA. So I've always been at a disadvantage in strength-wise or physical-wise, but, it's all in the mental.
Always found a way.
Oh, yeah, always found a way.
But as they say, and I wish I had a kinder way to put this, the more talented guys get targeted more than other players. So whether it's bigger guys you're playing against, older guys you're playing against, this is, as you get through all these levels, this is becoming kind of old hat for you, isn't it?
Oh yeah, this is just another thing I got to prepare for and put your mind to, and if you go in with the right attitude, and you should have no problem.
Is it cool playing, or at least preparing to play for the Pan Am Games at home? Yeah,
that's special to be able to play in front of family, friends, coaches. Just watch your development and stuff like that. It's a great feeling to play in your home country too.
You watched a lot of dudes before you, Andrew Wiggins, Tristan Thompson, Corey. The list of big names that went south for high school before you is big. Why did you decide to stay at home?
Well, first for my academics. I wanted to boost some of those grades up and take the classes I need to get NCAA qualified, or whatever it calls, eligible.
Get that clearinghouse done.
Yeah, I want to get that done and make sure I was set for the future years. And then after that, I was just staying close to home and be able to get trained by my dad and see my family and my little brother. So just staying close to home.
So once the Pan Ams are done, you focus on Kentucky. You're heading down there. You have a resume with you. People kind of know who you are. I'm curious because I've never been recruited by John Calipari. I hope it happens one day, but it hasn't happened yet.
For what?
So walk me through that. How does that start, and what is he saying to you and your inner circle?
Well, he does most of the talking to my dad, but I've seen what he's about. I've watched his coaching style and how he changed his style up from completely different teams and stuff he's never tried before and makes it work. So I trust in what he's going to do with this team this year, and I trust what he's saying to me and my family about how I'm going to be played and my role.
Well, here's also what I'm getting at. I mean, if I'm him, I could just send you an email and say, watch draft night. Come to Kentucky, watch draft night. It's me and a table of 13 dudes, including the water boy who's about to get drafted by some pro team. I mean, that has to give a guy like him, and without disclosing too much of other conversations you had with some really good programs, I would assume, that has to make a really deep impact on a young man like yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Just for his resume, and to his credit, for him to be able to do something as great as that. This year and the years past before, of all the great players in the NBA now, I just want to be another one of them. And I feel like this is the right spot for me to go to for my next step.
I got to ask you, I heard through the grapevine that you have a little old school in you. I know you're wearing some old school J's right now, but I heard that through the grapevine that you'll watch like old school games on YouTube. Yeah?
Oh yeah, I do it all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What was the last games that you pulled up and watched?
Well, recently I've been watching a lot of Dennis Rodman. Watch him go against Shaq.
That's a good role model for you. I think we're on the right track here.
No, I just like watching. I've seen so many games. It's hard to pick out a couple, so I just watch like the really interesting ones. Like, Rodman is a crazy guy.
Right.
So I watch him like pinch Shaq and stuff. Like, just find it funny now.
Right.
But I used to watch like Larry Bird and Jordan's first game in the playoffs when he went off and 61 or 63 points, something like that.
Yeah.
So I watched a lot of those games, and a lot of Kobe when he was back in number 8, throwing against Scotty and Rasheed Wallace on the Trailblazers.
Can you pick up stuff from those old school guys and kind of steal from their games?
Yeah, you can. There's a lot of different angles they used to have before. Like nobody really uses the bank shot anymore. So you used to watch Rasheed Wallace and Kobe, even Tim Duncan. The way they use the bank shot, stuff like that. Just pick up the small stuff.
Nice.
When did you know basketball was it? Like there's moments in Canadian basketball, Steve Nash in the Olympic run, in Australia, obviously there's the Vince Carter effect. What affected you?
Honestly, just watching up playing basketball with my dad. He always used to take me to the gym wherever he went, and even if I didn't play, I was just 2, 3 years old, just drilling the ball on the sideline. So he'd be playing with the big guys, and I used to watch him and go home and try to copy him, watch Vince Carter, try to copy his dunks. It's a chain effect, and I just started to love the game more and more.
We've had the chance to speak to a lot of young Canadian prospects starting their journeys down south in the middle of, and I love to give you guys advice because I know what I'm talking about. so let me just say this to you. One day, your dream of potentially being drafted in the NBA may come true. Wear something that's not ridiculous on draft day. Never wear the ridiculous. That video, Jamal, it will live forever, young man. Go traditional. I know you want to be flashy. You want to be on all the highlight shows everywhere.
Got work to do, Sid.
Your vine is going to be trending or whatever the kids do today. Just wear something. So I'm sure you've envisioned draft night outfit one day. So what's it going to be? What are you going to look like?
I don't know, no clue.
Keep it simple. I like this. Keep it simple.
Have you ever seen Jalen Rose's throwback? I mean, I'm one to talk wearing a red coat today.
I like it.
But Jalen Rose's draft day with the red, with the pinstripe, I think like he grew to regret that. So what you're saying is go classic, and then that way you don't have to look back.
I'm saying style fades, video lasts a lifetime.
It's true.
Before we let you go, what do you need to improve on to make sure you're in the spot that he's talking about?
I got to keep my mental straight, stay focused on my goal and what I want to be and how I want to accomplish my goals. I got to get stronger to be able to play with the big man out there. And yeah, just got to keep the hard work up, and I should be fine.
We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
We do.
This is going to be a heck of a ride.
Thank you.
And we'll be watching.
Thank you.
All the best, Jamal.
Thanks,
Jamal Murray, the latest in a long line of Canadian basketball prospects trying their hand south of the border.